father that weekend. Of course, they had had fun. After all, it was Billie Eilish and her dad. Greg always made his daughter smile and laugh no matter how bad a day she was having. Sierra had been avoiding her mother for a week now, and Sharon accepted her punishment. The silent treatment was horrible, but she understood. Instead of going to work or sneaking around as she had for years, Sharon took a day. She stayed home to surprise her daughter. She didn't tell anyone of her plans in advance, since it was meant to be a surprise. As Sharon waited for Sierra to come home from school, she watched television, something she had not done regularly in many years. Hours passed, and television shows began and ended, and she waited for the day to pass. A breaking news story interrupted her show.
"We have a breaking news report and apologize for the interruption. Regularly scheduled programming will continue after the report,"
Dylan Mackenzie, a famous news anchor from the area, began. Sharon caught herself caressing herself to the image of the well-dressed anchor on the television. When she realized what she was doing, she grew nervous and glanced about the house as though someone might have come home without her knowing. She wasn't sure what time her husband came home from work, since they rarely ever spoke to one another. At first, she wasn't really listening to the breaking story. She was trying something new, instead of having an affair. Masturbation seemed natural enough, and she didn't really feel guilty as she fingered herself while watching the news anchor. She stopped abruptly when she realized what the story was about.
"A body was discovered on a trailhead near Trillium Lake in the Mount Hood National Forest. Police have not released any other details to the public at the moment. We will keep you updated as the details are released to the public. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program,"
Dylan Mackenzie finished, and Sharon's show came back on. She was left in utter awe or shock. She heard the front door and quickly pulled her hand from beneath her panties. She smelt a horrible odor and stood up from the couch looking for the source of the smell. Greg entered the front room and stood there staring at his wife. "What are you doing home?" Greg managed to break the silence between the two. "I know that I have been absent from Sierra's life, and yours. I thought I'd surprise you two and stay home today so we could do something fun together," Sharon found herself saying without a second thought. Greg smiled at the words of his wife. He truly loved her. "That sounds great," Greg replied. "That smell is changing my mind, though," Sharon gasped. "I'm on my way upstairs to shower," Greg claimed and sped toward the stairs. "Wait." Sharon had a sudden thought. Greg stopped and turned to listen as though it had to be something important. "Leave the bathroom door unlocked. I'll give you 5 minutes to get the stank off you, and then I'm joining you." Sharon didn't realize that she had instinctively wanted to finish what she'd started before her husband had come home. She couldn't remember the last time she had made love to her husband. Her words caught Greg by surprise. He smiled wryly and ran upstairs. Sharon watched him speed away and pondered her own actions. Was she even attracted to her husband anymore? Was this a mistake? She slowly made her way upstairs. She loosened her clothing slowly as she climbed the stairs, like someone was watching her. In her mind, she was entertaining someone. Not even a minute had passed, and she was with her husband in the shower. At that moment, she remembered that she loved him. At that moment, she realized the mistakes she had made for over a decade and regretted them. At that moment, she felt dirty and unworthy of her husband's love. They made love anyway.